Chapter 247. Battle of Invincibility. Good guts, punch you this guts. Among the three, I will not kill you. Chang Kong would never laugh back in anger. He drank slowly. His figure was like an arrow. Asterisk, 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 and came out, instantly meeting Little Gold. The two erupted in the sky in the most tragic collision, looking for death. How dare you clash hard with an invincible powerhouse? The Fox Emperor, who was watching the battle from the side, coldly grunted, but she immediately shut up as an icy gaze landed on her, causing her to involuntarily feel a chill rise from the bottom of her heart. Not far away, Kang Chon's eyes were deep and stern as he gazed at the Fox Emperor, and his low voice then rang out. Back in the City of Man battlefield, I let you escape by a fluke, but I didn't expect that this time you'd seek your own death. Kang Chon said coldly. His face was flat, but the killing intent in his words was unmistakable. It had to be said that Kang Chon was on the verge of forgetting about the Fox Emperor, yet the other party was still thinking about him. What was this, if not seeking death? To use that old saying, there is a road in heaven that you don't take, and there is no door in hell that you break in. The Fox Emperor's face changed when she heard this, and then she coldly hummed, I think the one who seeks death is you. She had not finished speaking, but she had already come to an abrupt end, and her entire person instantly froze, her eyes looking straight at the battle in the sky. A roar shook the sky and earth, and a fierce battle was staged in midair. Xiaojin's fist power erupted, completely displaying the power of an invincible powerhouse as he clashed with Chang Kongji in midair. Both of their bodies shook, and in the end, Chang Kongji trembled slightly and flew out backwards, stopping a few hundred meters away. Everyone was shocked by this scene, and one was filled with dementia and disbelief. The invincible level Chang Kongji was actually repelled. Many people rubbed their eyes, thinking that they had blurred, including the Fox Emperor. Her face was pale, as if she had guessed something, her eyes filled with an unbelievable light. Invincible. Everyone thought in their hearts at the same time, being able to repel an invincible powerhouse, then Little Gold was definitely at the invincible level. This is a dark horse. Who would have expected him to be an invincible powerhouse as well? No wonder he was so strong before, a cultivator watching the battle exclaimed. The others also nodded slightly. At this time they finally knew why the Kang Chon trio was so strong before, not caring about Chang Kongji at all. It dares to say that they had an absolute power base. Ha ha ha. Suddenly, a loud laugh came out, but it was Chang Kongji, who rose up in the air and looked up to the sky. Everyone looked in shock. So it's me, Chang Kongji, who underestimated you. I've remembered the lesson of this punch, but even so, today this victory or defeat we still have to divide. Chang Kongji's eyes shot out a blazing divine light. He knew that since the other party was also an invincible powerhouse, then as long as the gap between the two sides wasn't too great, then he wouldn't be able to kill the other party today no matter what, and this matter could only be left unsettled. However, as a peerless powerhouse, Chang Kongji naturally had to maintain his own majesty. This battle could not be avoided. At the very least he had to defeat Xiaojin, otherwise he would lose all his face and his majesty. Your ego is quite good, but Monkey Master wants to tell you, today is not about dividing winners and losers. It's about dividing life and death. Little Gold displayed his huge giant ape body and came in strong. His eyes blazed as he said in a cold voice, because the Monkey Master's fists do not leave anyone alive. The crowd was shocked. This golden monkey invincible powerhouse had clearly moved to kill. Was he going to behead an invincible powerhouse? Long Kongji's eyes sank as he heard this. His face was very unsightly as he coldly hummed, arrogant. I would like to see how you will kill me today. Saying that, a long green-colored sword violently appeared in his hand, and he killed towards Xiaojin. As he slashed out with the sword aura blazed, tearing through the sky with an unrivaled aura. The sword moves the 9 heavens. Chan Kongji struck out forcefully as he killed with his sword, tearing through the void and piercing through the sky, causing the entire heaven and earth to be eclipsed, as he was like an emperor, reigning over the world and looking down upon the 8 directions. Behind him, a vast world map of mountains and rivers emerged, emitting a hazy immortal light, like a real world, shocking people to watch, and involuntarily generating a sense of oppression in their hearts. He stepped in step by step. Each step was like walking in the hearts of the crowd. The terrifying pressure suffocated people, feeling that the heart in their body was being suppressed. It was very hard to bear. Te-la-la, the sword roared. The earth and sky shook, shattering the void. The terrifying aura regaled the heart and soul, causing the crowd watching the battle to retreat, not daring to touch the sharp edge. A trace of surprise flashed in Kang Chon's eyes. Although this Chan Kongji was arrogant, he did have this kind of strength and backbone. This sword of his was very terrifying. It was considered rare amongst the invincible level. At least that Chomlong couldn't match it. Obviously, this person had already stepped into the peerless level for many years, and was not comparable to those who had just stepped into the peerless realm. However, Little Gold was super talented and possessed a natural aptitude such as berserking, so he should be able to cope. It was just that this battle should be tough. This is considered the biggest test for Little Jin since he stepped into the invincible realm. I hope it will help his cultivation. Kang Chon watched the battle not far away and murmured softly under his breath. Little Jin was very calm at the moment, obviously also sensing the power of this Chan Kongji. He waved a pair of golden fists, and immediately his fist intent was matchless, spreading over the sky and earth like a majestic mountain, lofty and majestic, swallowing the mountains and rivers and shaking the hearts of the people. Everyone watching the battle immediately closed their breaths. This was a battle between 2 invincible powerhouses, a peak duel in the spirit ceiling space, very rare. No one was willing to miss out on any of the exciting scenes. Boom! Xiaojin's fist and the long sword in Chan Kongji's hand resisted each other, the sharp edges facing each other, and both sides' power immediately gushed out, forming a large wave of power that emanated out, causing the surrounding space to tremble and almost collapse away. The terrifying air wave rolled up high, like a shocking wave that rises up from the sea, wanting to run up to the 9 heavens. Everyone cried out in shock. This kind of terrifying power could only be possessed by invincible level powerhouses, and they felt that they simply could not block any of these 2's moves. A casual strike from a peerless level powerhouse, even if it was very simple, it was still filled with terrifying power. This was the formidable power brought about by a fleshly body reaching the peerless level. Rumble. Terrifying forces continued to collide. The battle between Little Gold and Long Kongji became more and more intense, with neither being able to help anyone. They fought from the sky to the ground, and then from the ground to the sky, and wherever they passed, there were ruins. Quite a few cultivators who were close by were sent flying out, suffering from minor injuries, and they instantly moved away from this place one by one. Fighting fist, one fist battles the heavens. Xiaojin's eyes were incomparably blazing and radiant as he resembled a golden god of war, waving his terrifying dual fists, forming a large, terrifying torrent of power that wreaked havoc towards the Chan Kongji. The first style of the fighting fist of victory was already very skillful for him, and the power it exerted was even more powerful. And when this fist came out, it was instantly powerful, pressing the Chan Kongji into a downward spiral. What a terrifying boxing aptitude. This golden monkey is not simple. He even got the upper hand in a battle with Chan Kongji. The crowd watching the battle moved, each face filled with shock. The fighting fist was very powerful. It simply looked out of the corner of one's eye, at least amongst the boxing aptitudes. Only Kang Chon's hegemony fist was currently able to contend with it. Good fist technique. You catch my sword as well. Chan Kongji's face was very calm. He praised Xiaojin. Then he killed with a sword. The gusty wind whistled. The sword energy rushed to the sky. The blazing sword aura was like a bright light in the darkness, illuminating the four directions of the sky and earth. The momentum was unrivaled. Subsequently, the sword momentum changed, from high to suppressed. And then from suppressed to high, the calm sword body flashed with an unsettling light. In mid-air suddenly split apart, into countless bright sword rain, towards the small gold kill. All of this was done in a flash, and some of the close spectators of the battle suffered heavy blows, especially those black-armored soldiers, who were closest to the battlefield, bore the brunt of this wave of sword rain, and suffered heavy losses. A sharp sword G** came down, tearing through the sky, piercing through the brow of a black-armored soldier. Columns of blood rushing into the sky, bones and flesh flying, a hideous scene that shook the hearts of the people. Soon, more black-armored army soldiers also suffered heavy injuries. Miserable cries, continuous, palpitating. The crowd had chills. The battle of invincible level powerhouses was too terrifying. Just their aftershocks were enough to exterminate everyone present. It was better to stay far away. Roar. A loud roar came from Little Gold as he charged out of the layers of sword rain. Despite being covered in blood, he was still incomparably strong. The fighting fist instantly erupted, as Little Gold's fist blasted onto Changkongji, blowing him straight into the ground and shaking the earth. Swoosh! Changkongji immediately rushed out of the ground like a demonic god, exuding a world-defying demonic might as he struck out with his sword with a radiant light. The blazing sword ons penetrating the sky and sweeping across everything. To be able to battle me like this, you deserve admiration, Changkongji said in a cold voice as he struck out his sword. People noticed that at the corner of his mouth, there was a trace of blood. Obviously, he had also suffered a not-so-light injury just now. The battle was intense to the extreme, and no one was slacking for a moment. Little Gold let out a huge roar, like a giant, stepping with a heavy pace and charging strongly. His pair of golden fists erupted with blazing golden light, like the suns that suddenly appeared in the dark night, illuminating the entire world. It's a pity that you're still going to die today, Little Gold said coldly. His eyes filled with a morose cold aura, and a strong killing intent permeated his body. His fist suddenly changed again, the same fighting fist, but it was even more powerful. Kang Tian and Brahma Xin, who were watching the battle, immediately revealed a smile. Little Jin was ready to get real. This was the second style of the fighting fist of victory, Divine Battle Unparalleled. Divine Battle Unparalleled. As expected, Little Gold immediately roared, blazing golden light completely enveloped him, and two golden dragons rushed out from within him, killing towards Changkongji. At once, the dragon might was so great that it shook the heavens and the earth, swallowing the mountains and rivers, and was unrivaled in the world. The fighting fist of victory was very powerful, especially this second style had concentrated all of Little Jin's power at this moment. It was his peak strike. A look of gravity appeared in Changkongji's eyes. His eyes flickered and his face was full of gloom. The longsword in his hand emitted a whimpering sound and spewed out radiant sword chi, like a divine punishment blasting down. I can see that you're a peerless powerhouse who just broke through not long ago. Today I'll let you see the power of a powerhouse who's been immersed in the peerless level for many years, Changkongji said icily as he took a step that was dozens of feet away, instantly closing the distance between him and Xiaojin. Everyone saw him raise the longsword in his hand, and the sword light shot up into the sky, enveloping his entire being, presenting a gigantic pillar of sky-charging light that pierced through the heavens. A vast pressure emanated out, and behind Changkongji's back presented a large area of mountains and rivers, where mountains and rivers flowed and huge waves were in the sky. This was his vision, which completely erupted at this moment, becoming a fierce torrent sweeping across the heavens. A sword begets a world, Chang Kong Kyang roared. A pair of eyes emitted an unrivaled blazing light, like to blazing suns, illuminating the entire sky. Boundless mountains and rivers formed a splendid world, unfolding amidst the endless sword light and sword onyx, resembling a torrent suppressing towards Shaojin. Kang Chon's eyes revealed an incomparably grave expression. What a strong power! Little Jin's unskilled second style of the fighting fist of victory that did not be able to withstand it.